Yeah, time to bring in Chris Ello. Chris, let's dispense with the niceties and get right down to it.
Okay.
Signing day yesterday. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, great job.
Well, thank you for that.
But you and your staff at KUSI. No, I used to think it was, but now I really feel good for the kids and the families. It's a big day. It's great that you put it on television and give them the credit and recognition they deserve. A lot of kids in San Diego going to like Ivy League schools too. I mean, I was impressed.
Just the sheer quantity and quality.
I was impressed. I really was. But just a message to all the kids: now you have to start working hard once you sign.
Aztec hoops.
Struggling a little bit, but you know what?
Should we cancel the plans for Vegas?
I wouldn't. Remember, they still beat Gonzaga. They're still not 100% healthy. I'm not saying they're going to win the Mountain West Conference tournament, but they could make a little noise in that thing. I'm not done with that team yet.
Keep the reservation.
Yeah.
Aztecs first of all, this was Rocky Long breaking news yesterday about the team that's going to use the Chargers' old place. I want to get your reaction to it in just a bit. Go ahead, roll it.
I don't know how it's looking now. It looked kind of beat up when we went over and looked at it about 10 days ago. It looked kind of beat up. But they've assured us they're going to clean it up, and they started working. The fields didn't look real good either, but if you've seen our practice field at the end of the last 4 or 5 games of the season, our practice field doesn't look very good either.
What should the city do with that piece of property after Rocky?
They should build 35,000 seats around that property and make it a stadium for the Aztecs.
There's a lot of businesses that have called
Build the seats on the other side, over on the mountain side of the road there. You could do it.
So you have no...
You asked my plan. That's my plan. I want a stadium. I got to do anything I can to get one.
Super Bowl 52 in the books. Critics loved it. Viewers did not. It was a very low...
Oh, I think the viewers still liked it. It was just lower rated because football's down this year.
Will that game turn the momentum?
I don't really think it changes much. 41-33 sounds great. It was an exciting game. I still need a little defense with my football, and I saw no defense of any kind in that Super Bowl.
No, you did not. Let's talk a little bit about the victory parade was today in Philly. This is Jason Kelsey, lineman, center. He took the podium. This is just a little, like 20 seconds of his 5-minute rant. Take a listen.
It's a quote in the O-line room that has stood on the wall for the last 5 years. Hungry dogs run faster. And that's this team. Bottom line is, we wanted it more. All the players, all the coaches, the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, everybody wanted it more. And that's why we're up here today, and that's why we're the first team in Eagles history to hold that freaking trophy.
That hat reminded me of Johnny Carson.
When do you get your outfit back?
Karnak. The bluebird of heaven.
Karnak.
A citywide holiday in Philly. Question?
Well deserved. My goodness. If San Diego would ever won anything, I don't think so. I think this was their year, their turn. They did want it. A lot of people gave up on that team. I think it all fell right for them. But next year now they're going to have to deal with the expectations, and that's tougher.
Josh McDaniels was going to become the Colts' new head coach. Reverse field. 24 hours.
What did I tell you last week? You don't believe me still.
Well, first of all, this is Ballard, the GM at the Colts, after Josh informed him he was not going to be their head coach.
Okay.
I was very confident that a deal was in place and that we were going to move forward and be having a press conference today at 3:30. That's on me. Josh called me, made a decision he's not coming. I don't deal with New England. I have no idea what they're thinking. I live in a black and white world, Bob. Either you're in or you're out. I didn't want the explanation. Either you're in or you're out. It's not either you're in or out.
The viewers of this segment got the explanation a week before it happened. I have to give you your due.
A little bit. Because I still think Belichick's going to step down.
Well, if not...
And if it's not this year, it's going to be next year. That's the only way I think Josh McDaniels, he got the word that the Patriots' job is his, and if he stays in New England. I really believe that. It hasn't been announced yet, but I just believe that's what's going to happen.
Memo to the McDaniels family, I would avoid the state of Indiana for the foreseeable future.
Hey,
and they're ticked.
They're ticked off, and they have a right to be.
Jimmy G is rolling in it. Jimmy Garoppolo, speaking of Patriots, former backup quarterback, 5 years, $90 million guaranteed over the first 3 years. Question, Smart move or the dumbest move ever?
Dumbest move ever. How about that? Dumbest move ever. The guy won 4 games. None of them meant anything. The 49ers were already eliminated from contention when he took over. Now, he still might be a great quarterback, but he hasn't earned $90 million yet.
No.
Dumb move.
California Assemblyman McCarty and Assemblywoman Fletcher.
Ask me the same question. Smart move or dumb?
Well, let me set it up.
Okay.
Gonzalez Fletcher they've introduced the Youth Football Safety Act or something. Let me get it right. Safe Youth Football Act.
Okay.
They're trying to establish a minimum age for kids to play youth football.
Dumbest move ever. How do you like that?
Yeah, but in this crazy state, it's likely to become law.
No, don't make that a law. Let people make up their own mind. We got enough laws already telling us what we got to do. The information's there. Make up your mind if you want your kids to play or not.
There and sit down and chat about it. I have a ton of questions.
For her?
Yeah.
When's she coming in?
I don't know. The invitation has been extended.
Oh, I see.
That's all.
I thought you meant
we're going through her peeps. Sandra Moss is looking at me like I owe her money.
Head injuries, right?
No. Yes, of course.
Yeah, they don't want anybody to get hurt. Well, you know what?
Pull up a chair, Sandra.
They're going to make it a law that you can't skateboard, that you can't ride a bike. I mean, it's too much already.
Well, and they've already taken away our straws.
They've taken away all of our liberties.
Lakers send Nance and Clarkson and to Cleveland.
Everybody to Cleveland.
Get a first rounder.
I like what the Lakers do here.
Well, explain to me what's going on.
Well, I think, first of all, Cleveland's desperate, and they think the team they have now can't win the championship this year with LeBron, so they're going to roll the dice and try a whole new team. It's not going to work. What the Lakers are doing, though, is smart. They're getting some star players. I mean, they think Ball might be a star. I think Isaiah Thomas is a star, or at least close to one. And maybe, just maybe, they open enough room in the pocketbook to entice LeBron to come out next year.
What is he, 40 years old now?
It would be, you know what? That's the way it's got to end in the NBA, though. All superstars end up their careers in New York or L.A.
Oh, that clock says we're out of time, Chris, but I give you kudos. You got in under the wire.